Hey everybody, sPidA here, the Coming Soon podcast. Of course, being joined by the one and only Bob Elmore. My man, how are you doing today, sir?
What's going on, you guys? I'm doing great. I'm glad to be in San Antonio.
No, and I was going to say, man, it is not your first time you've been here in San Antonio.
No.
The time that you've been here, have it been more business or for pleasure, man? I mean, have you been able to enjoy the city?
I have, and it's kind of both. My daughter lives out in outside of Austin.
Okay.
And so it's not that far to come up to San Antonio, so they get to come up and see me, which is great for me, my grandkids and all that. So
nice, man.
I have a blast. But I've had a couple of times where I got to stay downtown and go to the Alamo and Riverwalk.
Oh yeah, enjoy the scenery, man.
All the hot spots, and just the people are great here. Absolutely.
No, I mean, I grew up here. I mean, no complaints. I mean, it is hot. I know we were talking about the difference in heat from Louisiana compared to Texas, and in your own experience, man, which was hotter, Louisiana at 114 or Texas at 105, man?
Oh, Texas! Oh my God, Texas. When I did Texas Chainsaw, it was 110 degrees every single day, 100% humidity every day.
Ooh, yeah.
And it was 150 to 160 degrees on set with all the lights. And when it's that hot, when you take a breath, your chest hurts.
Yeah.
Every single. So imagine running in that kind of heat. It was insane.
No, and of course, and I wanted to ask you personally, man. I mean, yesterday with the 50th anniversary of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 1, when you were offered that part, I mean, in Part 2, were you a fan of the first one?
Oh, never heard of it at all. But then I rented the VHS.
Right.
And I watched it and I go, man, that's the greatest thing that ever happened.
Nice.
And it was. That was the first one. And there's a lot of stories behind, 1 and 2. And Gunner was offered 2, and he wanted so much money that they wouldn't give it to him.
Yeah.
And that's how, and then so on and so on and so on. But to be able to play an iconic character like Leatherface is just once in a lifetime opportunity for myself.
No, for sure. And of course, because of that experience, I mean, you've done a lot of other movies, Pirates of the Caribbean, you were talking about earlier, working with Johnny Depp. What are some of the good memories while working with Depp?
That was, again, Johnny Depp, of all people, come on. And be right next to him and hang out and talk. Orlando Bloom was there.
Yeah.
Did a big fight with him. And so I've done a lot of stuff in my career. I've met a lot of people. But that was another experience again.
Nice, man. And of course, man, I mean, being an actor, most of your films have been stunt acting. Now, was that your game plan going into Hollywood? Was like, let me just jump off buildings or through windows?
All I wanted to do is be a stuntman and make a living, and that's all I did. I did a couple little stunt parts and stuff like that. Texas Chainsaw was just a unique opportunity, and I tell everybody, that was the hardest job I ever did.
No, and of course, when it comes to injuries, man, is there like one injury that really took you out for a while?
Well, I broke my wrist doing Chainsaw, and I had to work with a broken wrist. That was just a lot of fun. I just was beat up. I went through a glass window, got cut up pretty good on that one.
Damn.
And just, concussions are a great talk about today, and I don't know how many I've had.
Yeah.
You lose count. And it just now, this stuff catches up to you. I'm 71 years old, and you feel it every day.
No, for sure, man.
It's an experience that I would never. I do it all over again.
No, of course, and I mean, of course, this is back when before CGI. Of course, now everything's computer generated.
Everything was practical.
Yeah.
So when you fell down, you fell down.
Yeah.
Period.
You see, and a lot of times, and I don't know if working, and not so much in your favor, but when you were getting injured, did it kind of add to your character in the movie?
When you got hurt, you got hurt. See you later.
Yeah.
Just like everybody, And you couldn't hardly report it because then now you get the reputation as somebody that won't work through an injury and all that blah 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 crap. So it was a different world then, and it's a lot different now.
No, for sure. And I mean, I've talked to other stunt actors of movies of past, man. Like from Predator 2, I had a gentleman on a while back. And one of the things he was saying was also, man, the conditions were horrible, man. He said, you know what? I mean, the fact that we had to work through injuries, through pain, driving home in pain, he said it's just stuff that you wouldn't talk about because, of course, you wanted to work, right? That was your paycheck.
Absolutely. And that's what you had to do. I don't know how many times. And when you're on location, it's not a vacation, it's a location.
Oh,
you work your butt off. And you have to give 110%.
Definitely.
That's a reputation that you're building. And that's what the word of mouth is, and that's going to get you your next job.
No, for sure. And one of the things in your IMDb, man, I mean, of course, you got credits for a lot of these movies that are on your table, but Bullwinkle, man, you're credited for Tex. What is that about?
You know what? I'm gonna be very honest with you and stuff. Some of the stuff I can't remember anymore because it was all these little things that happened over a period of time. So I don't know. You know, I did. I'd have to go on and look at it and see what it was. And try to remember. So I don't know.
Yeah, it caught my attention, and I said, man, I'm gonna ask him. I said, because I don't know. I mean, as long as you got paid for it, I mean, I guess that's cool.
It was no, Rocky and Bullwinkle. It was animated, it was half animated and half not. And in that, it was something happened. I think Rocky the squirrel flew by, and so everybody blew up and got smashed up. The way I think that's what it was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just curious about that one, man. And of course, when did you know it was time for you to hang it up, man? I mean, when it came to stunt acting.
Well, the body was telling me no. When I slowed down enough where I couldn't move like I should.
Right.
And I said, that's it.
No. You see, and that's, I mean, I cover a lot of combat sports when it comes to MMA, bare knuckle boxing. A lot of the times the fighters, they're stubborn where they don't stop, and before they know it, they just can't do anything else. So, right. I mean, for yourself, it was smart to stop and be able to do stuff like this, be able to kind of get back and meet fans.
This gives me an opportunity to talk to people who, they weren't even born when this was made.
Yeah.
And, but they grew up on it. And this particular movie is more, more popular now than it was then.
No, yeah. I mean, I personally, I'm a sucker for sequels, man. Part 2, I dig it. I love it. I'll watch it.
The original was the original.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You can't beat that one. That started this whole thing.
Right.
And part 2 was just so offbeat.
No.
Now again, it's become its own entity.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely has. I mean, I agree. I mean, like I said, I watched it before the first one. I mean, the first one I'm gonna held it to the top because, of course, it is an original. As far as being here in San Antonio, it is Saturday. You will be here tomorrow as well.
I will be here Saturday and Sunday here at
the Rolling Oaks Mall. And of course, man, I mean, what can people expect, man? Because obviously you have autographs, you have photo ops, but I mean, of course...
I have, you know what? No, if they want a picture, come on down, take a picture. I don't charge for that. I'm not like that. My pictures are here if you'd like one of those. If not, we sit here and bullshit.
Oh, yeah, man, definitely. My man.
So,
well, I mean, I truly do appreciate you, man. I mean, it is a pleasure to have finally met you. I know I've been following you forever, but I wish you the best. But is there anything you want to say to anybody watching?
Let me tell you something, okay? One thing I want to tell you, all right? The Saw is family. Don't ever forget it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody out there, of course, sPidA, Coming Soon podcast. Till next time. Follow up.